Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Manuela Cruz and Nelson Rosado. The two of you have been together for 5 years. You have one child together, but you don't want to be together anymore. Ms. Cruz, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here in divorce court today?
Well, basically, me and Nelson been together for 5 years. You know, after I had the baby, he became a little jealous. A little too jealous. Let me rephrase that. A little too jealous.
Tell me what he's been doing. How's he showing his insecurity?
Okay, if I have to go to like a family event, I always have to ask him for permission first. Have to tell him who's going to be there, what time I'm coming back, who's going to be touching the baby, you know.
Is that true?
In a way, it's true, Your Honor, but I'm just a responsible man that I want to know who's going to be around my daughter at all times. I do respect and I do trust her, but I want to know who's around my daughter. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. You don't believe that she has the capacity to make good decisions with respect to the people she brings around her daughter? You don't think she's able to do that?
And she got to ask for permission to go to a family event, man. Get the fuck out of here. What you mean? I'm going to the event, coming back, and then going again. Nah, bro. That's controlling. That's controlling. And controlling is an illusion, bro. Trust me. You cannot control. You just can't, bro. You just can't. And maybe in your mind or something, it might make you think that you got control of. What happened when she go through the drive-thru? She might go through the drive-thru. She might take the baby to the library. They might go for a walk. They might go to the park or something. Like, you're not going to know who around your kid 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. But as long as he or she is with the other parent, bro, like, you trust her. Ain't that your what? That's what you married her for. That's why that's not why we here. But yeah, bro, that's your wife. Trust her. Trust her. We can't control everything. It's nothing. I'm not saying don't be concerned or don't be an active parent. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is trust her to do what you married her to do. Yeah.
And she's able to do that, but the people that's around her at these type of parties, I don't really trust them. I'm at work, so she's out there partying with her family. I need to know who's around my daughter.
And what do you
Don't
do
you
with
know
that
the family?
information?
It's just peace of mind. If the baby's going to be around somebody that I don't approve, I don't want my daughter over there.
Okay. Tell me what happened when you had the baby.
When I had the baby, you know, I was really sick. Whatever. I was in a coma for 7 hours. So when I woke up, he had like an attitude. I said, what happened? He said, oh, the baby's not mine. That's what the staff said.
Mr. Rosado, can you give me your version of that story?
Well, Your Honor,
And please let it be different.
No, I'm gonna tell you that the baby started looking Chinese when she first came out. And as you can see clearly, I have no Chinese in me. So I started asking like the people that work in the hospital, and they started telling me the baby looks a little Chinese. You might want to get a DNA test and this and that. So that was the reason why I thought the baby wasn't mine.
That is hard to believe. You went around the hospital asking people if your daughter or your son was your son, and they told you to get a DNA test. So if they told you run around the block and then go down the street and then look up twice and then come back and that had an answer, you gonna do that too? You gonna do that too, bro? I don't even know. Maybe he might be trolling, bro. He might be trolling. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. You had to get to the hospital. You at the hospital. Man, listen, this is how I go. I'm going to let you know, bro. This is how I go. They're going to be like, damn, it's time to go to the hospital. You get to the hospital. Everybody at the hospital waiting. You don't know how long you're going to have to wait. You in there just waiting. Everybody waiting. People coming past, family, friends, whatever the case may be, and then you just goddamn waiting. And then at some miraculous point in time is normally when we fall. I was asleep. So man, I love you. I love you. I love you, baby girl. But I was sleeping. I took me a quick 15 real quick. But yeah, bro, when the baby come, bro, and then that's when everybody started to come and crowd in, bro. And that's like, I don't know why I was telling that story. I don't know why I was telling that story. All right.
I'm not Chinese.
Let me tell you about my second baby. He looked Asian as well. Straight, jet black hair, little lighter than her. They just, I'm not Chinese. I'm not Asian. My husband's darker than me. Didn't nobody get excited? You know why? Because we're grown. They come out looking like they look. They brown up, their hair curls up, all kinds of things happen. So that's your fear center talking to you.
It
could not be mine because he doesn't look like me. A lot of babies just don't look like their fathers. You get me?
I understand what you're saying.
Not mine.
I understand.
Not mine.
Woman just came out of a coma and you gonna holler?
It wasn't right after she woke up from the coma, It took some time for me to talk about that. It wasn't right after, she woke up and I'm telling her the baby's Chinese. No. It takes some time.
Well, how long did it take for you to get to that conversation?
I'll say a week, 2 weeks.
No, it was a day.
She's asking me a question. I'm answering.
You don't like it that she has so many male friends. Why don't you tell me about what she's doing, who she's doing it with, and why you don't like it?
Well, my opinion, I've never had a female friend that I've never had sex with. So I don't understand how she can do that. Nothing but male friends, no female friends around. It's just guys. So I find that a little hard to believe. It's a little uncomfortable, Yana.
That's some of the most selfish and self-centered I ever heard in my life, bro. Just because you can't do it don't mean that she can't do it. For one, as men, bro, we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job at controlling that. Like, I get it and I understand and feel magnificent, spectacular, and immaculate. I get it, bro, but what I learned as I got older, bro, women offer a lot more than just the body, than just their body. And I know, oh man, what you mean? Listen. When you sit down and you really talk to a woman, have a conversation with a woman, get to actually know the woman. Trust me, bro. It's more fulfilling. You might be surprised what you learn. Her daddy might be a famous YouTuber or some shit like that. Her cousin might own a Burger King restaurant or something like that. Her 14 motherfucking brothers might have their own basketball league that you can join. It's a lot more that comes, and it don't just have to be beneficial. It can be any type of manner, bro. It could be helping you understand your girl. Like, for prime example, as men, we gonna sit up here and say the sky's green. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. And all men gonna be like, hell yeah. And then the women, they gonna sit up here and say that the sky's pink. And then all women gonna be like, hell yeah. That's how it's gonna go. So we gotta be able to understand each other. You can get a friend from the female side to help you understand your female. It's a lot, bro. And it's just more than that. And to me, I don't like that as men, we get looked upon as so shallow for thinking like that. We get looked upon as just shallow. You just shallow. And I don't like that. I don't like that, man. We gotta do better with that.
So you have never engaged in a conversation with a woman with whom you did not ultimately have sex?
Conversation, hi, how you doing? But if it led to more than that, we had something going on.
You mean to tell me
Right?
you met a lady, you're sitting down, you're sitting on a park bench, she comes up, you say hi, you pass the time of day, eventually she's just gonna sleep with you?
I'm not going to approach her just for nothing. If I approach a woman, it's because I want something.
Oh, you want sex? You don't.
Of course. That's
you
what
don't
every
feel
man
they.
wants.
I got it. I'm with you. I get it. Don't like it, but I get it. Do you not trust her? Have you ever caught her doing anything wrong?
No, I really don't trust her. Out of 100%, probably 45.
Why so low? What has she done?
Basically, when I met her, she had a boyfriend. She was with the man for like 6 years. She told me she had a boyfriend, so I didn't see nothing wrong because in my mind, I wasn't trying to get into nothing serious. But as time kept on progressing, I would hear her on the phone talking to her boyfriend at the time.
While she's with you?
Yeah, telling him that she was hanging out in her house with her mother when she's laid up in my bed.
But he knew.
Yeah, but I didn't think at the time it was going to go serious, you know?
He didn't think he was going to get feelings that fast.
Yeah, but Miss Cruz, I gotta say, you laying up in the bed with another man, talking to your real man on the phone, is that not tired and foul?
It is.
But I mean, that's teaching teaching him something. That's teaching him how devious you can be. That's teaching him that you have the capacity to be naked in the arms of a dude that isn't him and have a conversation with him about popcorn.
Ladies, get on up out the way. Fellas, this one for us, man. Listen, wait till your girl shut the door. Don't wait till she shut the door, because it's going to get ugly, bro. This probably going to be one of the ugliest takes on this channel. I ain't going to lie to you. She shut the door? She shut the door? You know they be nosy and shit. She probably peeking around the door or something. Go scare ass. Like, boo! No, I'm messing. Don't do that to her. She shut the door? All right, shit. What's up, bro? Man, listen. Trust me on this one. I don't want to have to be the one to do it. I don't want to have to be the one to do it. But I got to let you know. Listen, all of them have the capability. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Now, how probable that is going to happen, that's going to be up to you. That's where you get your do right on. You make sure that you come home when you're supposed to come home, cook a meal every 2 years or some shit like that, ask about a day and all of that other stuff. That's where you keep the ball rolling right there. But I don't know what it is. I don't know. But you ever heard women like cats, bro, and they just like brush up against you and you don't even really be knowing that they there, and then they'll walk away? I'm telling you, bro, they're capable. They are capable, but we gotta hold it down, man. Hold the fort down. Even when you hold the fort down, bro, it still might happen. It's dirty. It's nasty work, but we be all right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That messes with a mind, especially if a mind is already suspicious. Whew.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to that story.
Well, why don't you tell me the rest of that story?
So basically, that dude that was in jail, we were already done. I was just around helping his family out with law financially, And the deal was, I told him from jump, yo, I have a boyfriend. We're not really like together, but I am helping out with lawyers and commissary.
Gotcha. Mr. Rosado, you say that Ms. Cruz is never interested in your past. She never wants to talk about your life or who you are or what you've done. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, she's never asked about my past girlfriends, things that I used to do in the past. None of that
that's
stuff.
That's a lie.
Stop.
She never asked about that, so I never thought to bring it up because I don't want to talk to her about different girls because I know it's going to lead to an argument. She's going to say, oh, you're still thinking about her. Why are you bringing her up? So I just never talk about my past with her.
But why does it bother you that she doesn't bring it up? Because most guys I know would say, like, I don't want to talk about my past girlfriend with my current girlfriend. I thought that would be a positive thing.
I mean, basically it bothers me because I feel like she's not interested in me. If I feel she was interested in me, she would ask more about me. Just the same way that I do because I'm interested in her.
Does she just not ask about past relationships, or she just doesn't seem to have any interest in you and what you do whatsoever?
She has no interest in what I used to do with my life before. What I do presently, yeah, she wants to put her nose in everything.
But not the past?
Not the past.
And you would like to go with the past?
Yeah, I would like to have a conversation what I used to do, where I come from and all of that stuff.
Why can't you just start that conversation?
It's, it takes for her to ask. I feel like she's
Why?
not interested. So I don't want to bring it up if she don't ask.
Ms.
Both of them got a good point, bro, and that's grown man talk. You definitely need to know about my past before we head into this future. I tip my hat, bro. 5-star, salute. You got that one, bro. But my bad. On the flip side, yeah, you definitely can start that conversation. Now, if she just genuinely not interested at all, she blow you off about it, then all right, cool, that's something to take mental note of. But we can't sit around and expect people to understand or to get what we want without actually telling them or without giving them, opening up. Without opening up, bro. Look at him. He look like he dying to open up and tell everything that happened 5-10 years ago. Do it, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, one thing that I refuse to go with any regret. Don't go with no regret, bro. Go balls to the wall. I'm talking about when you look back at it like, damn, like, I went that hard. I really went that hard. Yeah, go all the way with it. Go all the way with it, because you never know. That could be what she like. Or she don't like it. She don't like it. That's a possible. Remember that conversation when it was probability, possibility, combination, all of that? Yeah, bro. This is that. But yeah, bro, go ahead, open it on up. Open it up to her and let her know. Start the conversation. Have a perfect setting. Like I said, get this. Man, take her back. Take her where you came from. If you came from goddamn, whatever, Martin Luther King or 12th Street or A Street or wherever. Take her there, bro. You can do that. But, I feel what you're saying, though. Definitely, learn about that past. Y'all remember that, too.
Cruz, do you understand? Because I don't. What he's talking about with respect to your lack of interest in his past relationships?
Well, basically, I don't care about his ex-girlfriends because I'm here now. So I really don't care about them. But he was so focused about what happened between me and my ex. Like, every time I would ask about what happened with him and his ex, it's like, oh, that's not important because what you're going through now is more important. Like, you're doing something messed up, you got some boyfriend in jail, and now you with me. But I told you what we went through, what went on. So you acting like you're surprised.
You say he never allows you to see his phone. Do you believe he's doing something inappropriate?
I believe there's some flirtatious things going on in his phone, but I'm not going to fight you for the phone if you don't want to give it to me willingly.
Do you trust him?
I trust him more than 45%.
Mr. Rosado, would it be uncomfortable if I were to go over there, acquire your phone and give it to her, open up the password and let her just scroll right on through there? Would that cause you discomfort?
My phone on me.
Yeah, but it was a hypothetical question.
I have no problem
I thought
with
she
that.
was serious, too.
Wouldn't bother you at all.
I sleep with my phone in my belly so she could touch it anytime she wants. I'm not hiding it under the pillow like that.
But you're not afraid for her to look at anything?
I'm not afraid. She could take the phone.
So you're being completely faithful to her?
I'm positive.
She has nothing to be concerned about.
I don't cheat. All I do is work and take care of our daughter. I don't cheat.
You don't cheat?
No, I don't know what that means.
I never said that you cheated. You know what it is when
You say that whenever the two of you argue, it gets crazy and ridiculous and out of hand. Why don't you tell me some small argument or something and tell me how far afield it went?
Okay, we have a 3-year-old daughter with hair so long, curly, so I always braid it. I have to go to work in the morning, so I allow him to take her, get dressed, and get ready. But I do say, leave the hair the way it is. Just put some water, brush it back, because I don't want it to be so tangled. When I come home from work, I see the baby with a bushy ponytail. Then I have to comb it out, and she's like, oh. So I'm just like, you know what? That's why I told you leave it like it is, because now I have to put her into all this pain and agony when you should have just listened. I know it's petty, but just...
I mean, did you all really have an argument about that?
Yes.
I mean, were you screaming and hollering?
Yes.
Cursing and carrying on?
Everything.
About a ponytail?
Yes, because 40 times you talk about a ponytail, you're going to want to scream and holler after the 41st time?
So, Mr. Rosado, what is your take on the amount of arguing you do and how far the arguments go?
I mean, the amount of argument we do, I would say 2 to 3 times a month.
2 to 3 times a month is a big blowout.
Yeah.
And what kind of things would cause a big blowout?
For instance, I was in my gym training. I have a female trainer, right? So I'm doing squats. I'm trying to get fit for her because she tells me that I got a big belly. So I'm trying to, lose a couple of pounds or whatever. So I have my female trainer spotting me while I'm doing squats, and she comes out of nowhere and just slaps the trainer. Oh, why she's so close to you?
That's a lie.
Why she's so close to you? Why she gotta be all
That's
up on you?
such a lie.
She's the trainer. She spotted me so I don't fall. That's her job. That's what she's supposed to do. Oh, why you gotta get a female trainer, get a male? I don't want no man behind me.
That's a lie.
For what?
But you did tell me not too long ago that you don't deal with women at all because the only reason to deal with a woman would be to have sex with her.
She's a
So
trainer.
having said that, and then getting a female trainer, which means you're not really well clothed and it might cause a concern. Having said that, did you slap the woman?
And that's one of them situations, fellas, where, like I said, you just gotta learn when to stop talking. Just stop talking, bro. It's cool for, it ain't no problem. It's not a problem. You go ahead, get your workout on. You got your girl there. Why wouldn't y'all have told her to do it? Oh, no, that's crazy. Nah, no, I'm thinking about it, bro. damn, you at the gym, man. Nah, I'm gonna spot my girl. But you at the gym and you got your girl with you, and then she like, all right, I'm about to go to the trainer. And then you see the trainer behind her. I don't know, bro. I don't know. What y'all think? Put it in the comments. Should you stick with a regular trainer or damn, bro? Type it.
No, I didn't. I confronted him about it.
Well, why are you confronting? Well, if he told you that about his approach to women, I could see it.
Thank you.
But is that why you got so upset?
Yes, because it's not her. She's just doing her job. You're the one who's saying that every girl you meet, you have to sleep with.
If I speak to the girl and I want to sleep with her, but I'm only focused on her right now,
You know how those gym trainers got the...
Yeah, no, I understand all of that. Yeah, I know. But you see how you set that in her mind?
I understand.
You planted that in there, and it grew.
Like a tumor.
Yeah, yep. That's how it goes. Do you guys still argue?
We argue once in a while, but we trying to work on it now. That's why we're here.
I understand, however, that you guys got so sick of the arguments, however, you started to give each other the silent treatment.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks I didn't speak to her.
And what caused you not to speak to her for 2 or 3 weeks?
I remember one incident, we was at a family dinner, and my aunt, I haven't seen her for like 8, 7 years, and she gives me a big hug on the cheek, a kiss on the cheeks and a nice hug, and then she goes up to my aunt and tells her that that's not appropriate to do, to kiss me on the cheek, to my aunt, remind you, Anna. I'm like,
did you get mad because his aunt kissed him on the cheek?
First off, these are family that come from all over. Like, I never met you. So when I see this, they're like real, kissy, and I confronted both of them together. I actually was on the other side and I see it from a distance.
See, but you were in the same room.
Yes.
And you knew this was family. There was a family reunion or a family event, right?
Family and friends.
Huh?
It was family
and friends. And you really think that he was going to touch this woman inappropriately right in front of you in the same room? So much so that you had to confront them both. How much sense does that make? Let me tell you what I see. I see a dude over there, good looking, he knows it, likes his women, been through quite a few, probably has a past he'd love to brag about, but you won't ask him. You know, and he's got his slick on, and he's always a little flirtatious, and he says stuff like, I don't see any reason to talk to a woman unless I'm going to eventually sleep with her. I don't really believe that. That's just part of his cool swagness that he's trying to sell you. But if you're with him, and you had a baby with him, you got to be able to sit that down and trust him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's not possible not to interact with people of the opposite gender. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I understand that the final straw that brought you here and made you believe you couldn't be together anymore is that you had arguments so intense and ugly that a family member had to intervene and take the baby. Tell me about that, Ms. Cruz. What happened? What were you arguing about?
It was about the ponytail again. So his family member said, you know, you guys are always arguing and it gets so vicious with what you guys are saying. It's best I have the baby, take her out, you know, out of your way, because I see where you guys are going. So she took the baby out the living room. We're arguing. And later on that day.
About a ponytail?
About a ponytail.
Man, shame on both of y'all, bro. Both of y'all to check. You can't put your differences to the side for 10 minutes. Y'all should have been playing with her. Taking her for a walk, teaching her how to bounce and all. That's what y'all should have been doing. Y'all sitting there going back and forth, ignoring the baby. Come on now, bro. It ain't never that serious. It ain't never that serious well, it is serious like that, but to the point where somebody got to take your child because y'all so at each other neck, trying to get each other neck that, damn, you're not even, that's wild to me, bro. And I get it. I know every day not going to be perfect, and in relationships, you're going to argue with people, couples, and therapy, and I get that. I get all of that, but bro, come on. The baby she right there. She right there. No, yeah, bro. Yeah, I don't want to see any family split up. That's not what we're about. We ain't trying to split no family. We ain't trying to do that. We're not about that, but you gotta put your differences to the side. Because it's not about y'all no more. It's not about y'all no more. Whoever's right in that situation gains absolutely nothing. Because the common goal, the reason that we here is for that child. We are here to protect and to bond and love that child. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. That's crazy.
I know it's so petty, but I just don't want to damage her hair. That's all. It's so beautiful and long. And I know he's no hairstylist. I know that. But that's why I do it the night before. I prep everything, clothes, shoes, everything. Just get her a shower and get her dressed.
What if I got a different thought? What if the day I wanted to put on the gray sweatpants instead of the burgundy ones that you had out? You can't control. Both of them controlling. Both of them controlling. You trying to control where she goes. She trying to control what the baby do. Yeah, that controlling shit, I'm going to keep telling y'all that shit is not, it don't work. It's not real. It's not real. It is not real. You can't control that. If you're not going to do it yourself, if you're not doing it, then just let it go. And trust the person that you with. I don't get what the fuck is the point of being with them if you don't trust them to make the best decision. That's why I picked you. That's why I chose you. In the event that I'm not around, you hold it down. That's what it means. That's, man, I don't, shh.
Now, you know the woman is crazy with respect to this ponytail. Why do you not put that child's hair in a ponytail?
Your Honor, I'm not a hairstylist, and the only hairstyle that I know how to do to my daughter is a little ponytail hanging out. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You got fathers that don't do nothing for their kid. I'm over here.
He says he does put a ponytail in.
No, I have it in a braid. Her hair is super long. I braid it down, and he takes it out the braid, wets her hair, no conditioner, and it's all knotted up in that ponytail, which he doesn't even really know how to do. So by the end of the day, she has candy, leaves, everything in there, and I have to comb it out, brush it out, and it hurts her. And to avoid all of that, I just say leave the braid that I did the night before.
Let me tell you something. You need to grow up. This is ridiculous. You guys talking about why won't she ask me about my past girlfriend so you could have a chance to brag, and I don't talk to women that I don't want to sleep with, which is ridiculous, and then you go get a female trainer, and then you're going to lose your mind, absolutely shake up the earth about a ponytail. You want to know what hurts her more than combing out that ponytail? All that chaos the two of you are causing in that household when you're caring about that ponytail. It's ridiculous. It's just hair. Yeah. It's just hair, and if it's too much for you to handle, cut it off. It'll grow back. You know, it's not that deep. It's not who she is. It has nothing to do with her value or anything like that. Don't teach her that important. If you don't want to, do something like that. My husband would never put pony in any tail. It's not, it's not. Leave him alone. Grow up. Quit hollering. Talk to each other like you have some sense. You're grown people. I know you're not going to leave him, and I know you're not going to leave her, but act like you got some sense so your daughter is not raised in a little tornado, because the tornadoes that you cause in your house spin around in her head for the rest of her life. And you'll wonder why she's crazy, and you'll have to remember, ponytail. This matter is adjourned.